Hello, fellow knights. Welcome back to another video. So, you guys who has watched Doctor who has been caught up with Doctor Who, would have seen, and I would imagine even if you guys weren't caught up, you guys probably would by now that this last season of Doctor Who on Disney Plus has teased the return of Susan, only to not go anywhere with it. It was like jarring to me, like you're going to tease someone, a big character like Susan, who is extremely important to the Doctor, but you're not going to do anything with it? Like the hell? That was one of my first biggest frustrations of um the last season of Doctor Who's like they tease her. I'm not opposed seeing her come back. They even brought back who played her in the show in the classic Who, which I do think if they are going to bring Susan back, and if the original actress is alive, which she is, they should capitalize on it. Say like the it's slightly different than the Doctor's daughter, where towards the end of the episode where she was introduced, it was teased slash heavily implied that she regenerated. So like if we when if we get the Doctor's daughter to come back in a future Doctor Who episode, fans will be like be more like be understandable if the Doctor's daughter is played is looks fairly different because Asian. So I do think guess I did this article that we might not get more Doctor Who until like 2032, about 2032, 2031, 2032. If that's when we get Doctor Who again, I do think one that they should pick up, if you will, is the Susan arc that we saw in the last episode, in last season. Like, where is Susan? What has she been up to? Last year, the Doctor and um Susan reunite. Sure, now the Doctor is a lady again, and she is being played by an actress who's a companion, who was a companion, which I don't think people who were companions should be able to play the Doctor, because I think it's a sacred thing, and I don't think like I just rather like see people who hadn't had as big of a spotlight before if they were in Doctor Who to come in playing the Doctor or who has never been in or to come in besides the companions who had a pretty nice size of light shine upon them as the Doctor's companion. I just that's just me. I think, like I said, if that's when we get Doctor Who again, we should get Susan. Like to find Susan, them reuniting, and maybe, just maybe, have Susan regenerate. If we can somehow get the Master to come back after, like, he killed himself when he was Misty, which I don't even fully get how he could come something where that was the last time Missy or the Master was going to be around. I think Susan should come back, and as a younger person, because like don't forget when we first got the Doctor, I mean the Master in current Who, new Who, he was played by an older guy, and in the episode he regenerated into a younger guy because he saw the Doctor who was played by David Tennant at the time was a younger man, and he said if the Doctor can be younger, there's no reason why I can't be younger. So I'm gonna purposely regenerate myself to be a younger guy. And that's exactly what he did. So point is well, okay, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, sorry. I do no, I get where now I remember why I brought the Master. I do think yeah, they heavily tease, I want to say, the return of Susan in the last season of Doctor Who. And I do think it up, like with the Master, Susan seeing her grandparent, her grandfather that's now a lady, is younger. And I do think that should give her ideas to regenerate into a younger person too. Boom, problem solved. Now, granted, that Susan should remain a female, but that's just my opinion. Point is, I do think next season of Doctor Who, whenever we get that, should be find Susan, have a reunion between Susan and the Doctor, and even maybe too have Susan regenerate. Maybe have the original actress have her time as Susan, and by the end of the episode, have Susan, the Doctor, consoling Susan, saying, "Hey, regeneration isn't all bad. Look at me. I regenerated like 12 times since you last saw me. And two of those times, well, clearly I'm a girl now, but two of those times has been me regenerating into a lady. It's not too bad regenerating. Maybe that could, and maybe Susan is nervous about regenerating, and maybe whatever speech the Doctor gives to Susan could give her strength to regenerate. Boom. And maybe the Susan can be the Doctor's companion for a season. With that said, what do you guys think? Would you guys want Susan to come back? And would you guys be open to having Susan be the Doctor's companion again? Because technically, when Doctor Who started, Susan was one of the Doctor's companions. When Doctor Who started, the Doctor had 3 companions, and Susan was one of the 3. So technically, Susan is an OG. So would you be open for Susan to be the Doctor's companion again? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. Talk to your fellow knights later.